don't you hate it in Walmart when these like big vehicles basically take up so much parking space, you know? Don't you hate these, you know, vehicles that are taking up too much parking space? Okay guys, let's step into my office. Okay, so the cab has been divided into two separate sections, the living quarters and the office. So let me give you a tour from the door, what I have in here. So in the door I keep a cutter for cutting the seals. I keep a WD-40 because you know, the crank handle makes that squeaky noise. I just cannot stand it. So before I jack the trailer, I always put WD-40 on the crank handle so that it doesn't make that squeaky chalk noise. It just bothers me a lot. Of course, you have a flashlight, powerful flashlight. You'll need that all the time, and your lock. So I keep these pretty handy because I'm gonna end up using them a lot. I keep my gloves over here because as soon as you get out, that's the first place you reach for. So you have the gloves so you can do all the work in the back. Before we get into the cab, let me just show you the storage area. From this side I have a towel that I use for, you know, cleaning up. Over here we have the washer fluid because you need that, and of course the typical oil, coolant, and winter diesel antifreeze and stuff. So I keep them in like a little drawer like that so that it's easy to get to. Okay, all right, now let's go into the office. So the first thing you do in the office is, I've got these mats from the Prime store. They're really nice for Freightliner. So first you do is you take off your shoes, because you don't want to bring any dirt into the living quarters. So this is where my regular shoes go, and I have sand flip-flops also over here. Okay, now continuing on. Okay, from the left side, if you want to continue, this is a basically, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, that's my backup camera. It's the back of the trailer. I got this just so it helps me back up, and I just plug it into this when I need to use it, and when I don't need to use it, I just unplug it, you know, because I don't want to have the backup camera hooked up all the time. And I just put the cables away. So that's the backup camera. I bought two mounts for my phone. One is over here and one is over here. When I don't need to see the phone, I just keep it over here and let it charge. It's a magnetic, so you just clip it, and then when I really have the phone and need to look at it, I'll put it into this. This is used for a bicycle, so it opens up, you put your phone in there, and this is pretty solid, so it doesn't vibrate or shake when you're driving, and it keeps the phone pretty solid, and you can maneuver it as much as you want. So I have two different mounts for the phone depending on where I want to put it. All right, moving forward, I got the GPS. That's over here, the Garmin GPS. Sorry, it's so bright in the front you can't see it, but basically I put the GPS over here instead of on the top, because while driving, if I want to reach it, sometimes people put it right in the middle and you can't really reach it while you're driving. This way, while I'm driving, I can just reach it and press a button, and I don't have to move a lot. So that's why I put the GPS a little bit closer to me. That is video camera for the front mounted camera, so it records all the time. I'll put the link in the description which one I got. I got the same one as my trainer got. It's funny that a lot of the things that you see your trainer do, you end up mimicking him. So I got the same camera he had. I bought the similar type of GPS he had. Okay, from here, this is very important. I keep a little sticky pad, and why I do that is as soon as I get a load, I write down the pertinent information and keep it in a little sticky. So whenever I need it, I don't have to keep fumbling around onto the phone and notes and all that stuff. I just keep it right there and know exactly how much it is, you know, what time I have to deliver, what's the address. That's the Qualcomm, everybody knows. Okay, now next thing is very important. I got a little tablet for me, because the reason is when you go to a shipper location or when you pull into a truck stop, sometime to get out of there you don't know how to get out or which is the right direction, or at the shipper you want to know, is it really tight or is it enough space? So what I do is very simply, I use the Google Maps and then I zoom into that location and I see, oh, it has trucks over here. I can go in from here. This is an open area, so I get a pretty good idea what the place looks like before I even get there. So that helps. Now you could do that on your phone, but you don't want to be fumbling with your little phone on your hand and all that. For me, it's easier. I put it on a screen so I can just, you know, while I'm looking at it, I don't have to fumble around on the small screen and all that, and it helps, you know, it could give you a much better overview of that. So I put a little tablet, and in addition to that, I have my app on it also. So what I did is my app is on there, so I can actually look in a little bit bigger format, and I don't have to squint and try to zoom in and try to see what the notes say. So I have a little bit bigger screen, and when I don't need it, I can just unplug it and boop, put it away. And this is a magnetic mount I got for it. This is from Amazon. So all I do is when I need it, I just stick it there and use it, and when I don't, I can take it off. I like to have cable management, so what I did is, for my phone, I don't want the wire shaking around, so I put the little, you know, Velcro thingies so the wires don't keep shaking around. I have this guy, let's see if it's, yep, okay, this is a humidifier from a little water bottle. So while I'm driving and it says dry, it keeps me humidified, or whatever you call it. Okay, so that's what it is. I have the phone charger over here, and I manage the cables with little plastic things, as you can see, so it's not flopping around. Everything is zip tied and secured. I bought this little device because my trainer also had the same thing. So this basically splits the output to 2 and has USB output, so I can power a bunch of different devices with the same, and it doesn't have wires all running. Or I have the GPS wire running from the top, secured with black tape and conduit, and that wire is basically for the video, is actually running from the side all the way bottom, as you can see. Where is it? Yeah, the wire is running from the bottom all the way top into this bundle, and all secured, so you don't have wires running all over the place. Think of it like NASA. When you're in a space station, you know how anything that's not secured will just fly around. Same thing happens in the truck. When you're driving, anything that's not secured will flop around. So that's the same mentality I had. With the stereo system, you have a little USB over here. You can actually get a USB and download any your favorite music and stuff and put it in there. That way when you're driving, you don't have to listen to radio. You can actually listen to the music that you like, and you can play it off the USB. On the bottom, my change, things like that. This I used as my pens and tire gauge and stuff like that. So that's what I use this for over here. Now you would be curious why I have a box of Milanos over here. No, I don't actually like Milanos at all. The reason I have this box is because when I go to a shipper or receiver, as soon as I go to the shipping and receiving, I end up going and giving them a box of Milano, a small little Milano as a treat. Just like, and I saw that in one of the Prime videos, one of the ladies that had a truck actually did that. So I thought that was a pretty good idea. So I did the same thing. So when I go to the shipper, I just give them a cookie. Just to, you know, start off on the right step. What else? Okay, my office has some water. Oh, you can't have enough water, so water is good. My jacket and all that stuff. Let me tell you what I have over here. I don't have a CB radio, so instead I have a scissor. Scissors come in very handy. So many times you need a scissor, and I keep a scissor right here. You have wet wipes, so your hands get dirty all the time, so you need something wet wipe. You need the tissue paper and your masks. This is what I'm happy about that I bought. I bought this full I don't know, document holder or whatever it is. What this does is when you get the paperwork from the shipper, it's clear plastic. So what I do, I end up putting the paperwork in there, and then when I close it, all I do is take my dry erase marker and actually on the paper itself I circle the important parts. Okay, you got the load, you got this, you got the seal, stuff like that. And that way when I make a call or when I need to know the information, the thing is right there and the paper doesn't get dirty. So, and then when you're done, you can just put it inside this box. So this is a really nice thing I think everybody should have. Another thing is really nice that you should have I always put this paperwork over here. Another nice thing is this. I got this from the Prime store. It's a holder. You put your paperwork over here and you can do your paperwork, and it's a nice place to take a picture for the Prime app also. When you want to take pictures of the document, lay it over here, take a picture, so everything is nice and secure. Sorry the video is being so long, but just wanted to give you a heads up of what's inside the office. I bought this as a folder for putting all my receipts and the paperwork. I have snacks over here, dry fruits, more snacks. When you're driving, you want some snacks, you can munch on the snacks. This is veggie chips or something. And I have the plastic bags. The same thing my trainer did for garbage. He would have the garbage bag over here from Walmart or something, and once it's done, just wrap it up and throw it away. So I have a whole bunch of plastic bags that I use for garbage. And this is the cabinet for basically for paperwork. I have the Prime paperwork over here, and I have the com data checks inside, and I have some receipts and stuff. Now I got this for, you know what, I do not recommend this. Not a good idea. It didn't really work out very well, so wouldn't recommend that. Over here, this is a Stanley cup holder. You buy a mango this size, or if you have a Stanley thermos, you put it there. I use this. This is big for mango, and it's a nice size. So just to let you know, it's mango juice, not something else, as some people thought. Okay, so that's it. Now the last thing I want to show you in the office area, I put my stamps over here, important things that I need right away, that I need to reach, pens, this, batteries, other things that I need to reach right away. And I put other tools and other things. locks and stuff like that in this one. This section, I bought an organizer right here. So this is my cleanup area. So the window cleaner, either for protecting the car sort of thing, wipes, and you have the velcros are the best for these things. And I bought a bunch of velcros that I use to stick things all over the place. And I have those glad hand seals and stuff, tools and stuff, and of course, not to forget, tie wraps. You always need tie wraps, so you have that in this section, and keep it handy so that you can reach it right away. So that's basically my setup for the office. And now we can go into our living quarters. Okay, for the living quarters, it came with this partition, and it has Velcro on it, and it's supposed to stick with Velcro. I didn't really like the Velcro, so what I did is I ended up going online on Amazon and bought this tape, magnetic tape, and just stuck it to each side of it. So now instead of the Velcro, I could just stick it and it just close it, instead of using the Velcro and keep opening it. So it's much more easier to use the Velcro sticky magnetic tape. So this is the living area, guys. I'll show you how I set up the living area. Get some light in here. Here's a couple of surprises. I had no idea. Look at this. This is a work area for making the food and all that. And look what, there's a light right there. I didn't even notice. You can actually have light on your area where you prepare the food. And same thing with this. While you're laying down over here, you need some light. You got some light. So pretty cool. Now I have a microwave. This is a Glance microwave, which is not really only a microwave. It's an air fryer, cooker, roaster, and all that stuff. So I use that for air frying, which would be a little bit more better, I guess, for health, and microwave and all that. This is the 9 cubic feet one that I ended up fitting in here. You can actually fit the 9 cubic feet here as long as you move the belts to the side. A lot of people don't know that. That's why they get stuck, like, oh, how can I put the belts? No, you don't need to put the belts on the top. You can always put the belts on the side, and there's some access to the belts here. So you can still fit a 9 cubic feet, no, 0.9 cubic, whatever, microwave here. All right, next, moving on. What I did for my cable management is that since I have a power inverter right here, I plugged up the wires going one on this side, the one going on the top is running all the way back of the fridge, all the way up to this switch panel. So now this switch panel is important, because what it does is when I want to turn the microwave on, I'll turn it on and it comes on. But when I don't need it on, I can just turn it off. Fridge, same thing with the fridge. I can just turn the fridge off, turn the fridge back on. And I have this is very important. My background from Pakistan, so we drink tea instead of coffee. We drink tea all the time. So what I do is I have this water kettle that I have over here, Velcro down so it doesn't move around. So when I need this, I just turn it back on and I use my kettle to make hot water. But guys, this is very good, because that way you can isolate each of the circuit. You don't have to keep powering everything on. If let's say you're cooking with a microwave and it needs a lot of power, you can just turn off everything else and use the microwave for that time, and then once the microwave is done, you can turn back the other things off. So this is a way to, you know, maintain power. And this is my charging area, so I have the couple of wires. Whatever I need to charge, I just put it here and let it charge. The fridge, there was a disgruntled employee at Prime who was quitting, and he ended up talking to me for a little bit, and he ended up giving me his microwave for free. So I got this microwave from him. I filled it up with all sorts of food, just boxes, ramen type of boxes, quick things that I can microwave, some fruits, some protein drinks, Coke, things like that, ketchup. And of course it has a freezer, so I can put some freezer stuff. So whatever you like, you can fill up your fridge with that. Everybody is different. Now this is how I arranged the area. This is my cooking area, okay, and this is my utility area. Okay, now my cooking area, so since my microwave and fridge are right here, I actually unplugged the fridge door and put the door handle on the other side, so now it opens this way instead of opening the other way how it was originally. What else? Yeah, okay, so this is a cooking area, so I wanted to make sure everything that I need for cooking stays over here. I don't really cook, but I mean microwaving. So this is my like food area. So I bought this organizer. So the first thing is knives and forks and caps for the coffee cups. This is dry food like Campbell's that doesn't need to be refrigerated. A bunch of those you can put that. This is an emergency when you have nothing else, you just microwave this and you're good. And of course this thing is all for my tea, sugar, brown sugar, and all that panel for my making the tea. I have powdered milk or whatever for the tea, paper cups for the tea, and of course glasses and mugs that I would use for making tea. So that's your food preparation. And of course on top of that you have your plate, and then you have your knife. So this is set up for making all your food. On the other side I have the same type of cabinet, but organizer, but it's a little bit smaller because of all the stuff that's in here. I have the kettle over here and the water for the kettle. I have the toothpaste and toothbrush because I need that all the time, so I just open and use it. And this is basically used for all the gadgets, wires, knickknacks that you're going to be using. You're going to have all your wires, sticky things, USB cables, chargers, extra wires, things like that, and audio video equipment, you know, of course measuring tape because you need that every now and then. So that's what I use for you know, utility cabinet for regular stuff. This is for my clothes. Same thing I did. I bought a little organizer from Walmart so that way I can use the space a little bit better, you know, undergarments, pants, shirts, and of course I like to be comfortable, so my pajamas in there, and some medicine because I'm fat, so I got to take some, I don't know what sort of medicine. Okay, and that takes care of the clothes. The last, but it has a table, so when you're sitting down you can put your stuff in here and you can eat. And this cabinet is my tools cabinet, so I have my toolbox with all the tools that I need. Got my little hammer, but this is pretty cool. I bought a vacuum cleaner and a blower that runs on the same excuse me, charger. So I have this charger sitting here, and look at this. This is the cable that goes to charge this. It stays charged all the time, and the wire for this one goes underneath here, is hidden. It goes all the way behind this, underneath it, all the way to this area, and it plugs in directly over here. So I don't have to worry about it being charged. It stays charged all the time. Okay, now for the bed, I have the laundry bag right there. I have the shower bag. I have all my stuff for shower and stuff in here. I bought this because sometimes you want to sit down and have a meal. So you just pull this TV tray out and you put the TV tray there, and you sit down and have a meal. And when you don't need it, you fold the tray and you put it away. Okay. All right, so that's how that side of the bed is organized. The cable for power runs from here behind the bed all the way in the back. I got like a little seat to sit down, and it runs all the way behind the bed to a little outlet center right here. As you can see, it has all the wires hooked up over here. This is my laptop charger. Laptop is right here, and the wire for my laptop charger is here. All the cables go. This is where you're sleeping, so all the wires and things that you need your phone charger, you need this, and of course you have a little router that I have in my truck, so all my gadgets can be have Wi-Fi at the same time. I have this. I think I turned it off. This is the same humidifier thing that I had in the front, so I have this stuck to the wall with Velcro. Fill it up with water and it gives you humidifier right over here. I think that is it. Okay, I did not use the top bunk at all because I like to have open space. So a lot of people use the top bunk for storage and all that other stuff. I didn't use it because I like to have this open space. The top is where you can put your bread and things like that. So I have some croissants over here and nothing on this side. And last but not least, I will show you underneath the bed. Okay, underneath the bed I have extra tissue papers, Coke, extra cups, bags. I have that extra forks and knives, plastic knives, things like that, and little TV tray that you can open up and sit on the bed with it. I don't use it because I already have the other tray. I have my bags and other utility things. One thing I added to the top is this thing. Make sure you buy something like this, and I put all the cards for, you know, gloves, Flying J, Petro, everything, and the fuel card. So you have all the cards over here set up, and have a mirror just in case you look ugly and you want to fix your hair. And this is a good idea to add to your truck, so that when you're getting out you don't have to fumble with the cards. The cards are already there. I added that. One other thing that I added was if you can see, this carpet. This carpet I got from Walmart, like a little piece of carpet, and then I cut it into shape and went put underneath, so that, you know, the office area and the home area is separated by the carpet. So that's the third thing. And the last thing I want to say is, this is a gift from the trainer that I was doing TNT with. He gave me this blower. He had it in his truck, which is nice. So whenever there's dust and something, all you have to do is, that's it, blow out the dust. So I installed it on my truck. This is something that the last day on TNT he gave it to me. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. He knows who he is. All right, so I just wanted to add that in. All right, guys, it's super hot because I turned off the AC to show you all this stuff so the noise wouldn't be there. Now I'm gonna turn the truck back on. Look at this. I got bumped on the head because of these cabinets. Make sure when you open the cabinets, close them back up before you bend down, because you're not used to a small space, so that could happen. But anyway, guys, that's my truck tour. It's work in progress. I'm still gonna be fixing a few things, and I have a couple of, the TV is gonna go here, but I haven't bought the TV yet. But I really don't need it right now because I have a laptop. But with that, what do you think about the setup? Let me know.